Ford government promised to be the people's government, to be more accessible to the public, and we've witnessed it, for example, during the swearing-in of cabinet. It happened right here out front on the front lawns of Queen's Park, and something that's typically done away from the public behind closed doors. But when it comes to the media, well, that's a different story. Take today, for example, when House Leader Todd Smith spoke with reporters about the upcoming legislative priorities for the government. Well, he did so from behind a velvet rope. He did so from 10 feet at least away from media, and it was a very controlled, regimented, planned out situation. It's the same thing that we've seen with every media availability within this government, and it's the kind of message that we're going to be seeing moving forward heading into this session.
I want to give you a look at three of our top legislative priorities for the summer session. First, we'll be using legislative tools to ensure that students at York University are protected in the face of the ongoing labour dispute. We will strike the Liberal cap-and-trade tax law from the books and repeal any legislation that would enable a future government to impose a cap-and-trade carbon tax in future. We will introduce legislation to cancel the White Pines industrial wind turbine project, which received its notice to proceed during the election period before the government had a chance to make any decisions on the project for the benefit of the people of Prince Edward County.
Here's what you didn't hear. Buck a beer, 10 cents off at the gas pump, and no firing of the head of Hydro One. And no mention of the sex education curriculum either. Tanya Granick-Allen, a former PC leadership candidate who advocated against the sex education curriculum, isn't concerned.
I'm not surprised at all because you don't need to pass legislation to repeal the sex ed curriculum, and as was written in the policy platform handbook, restoring the previous version of the sex ed is a priority, and the Minister of Education, Lisa Thompson, has made every indication thus far that she fully intends to commit to that promise.
It's my child and my choice.
The controversy surrounding the curriculum prompted several mass protests, and the PC party's pledge to end the practice helped to score them points with more social conservatives. But parents aren't necessarily screaming for the changes right now.
The kids should learn about it, you know. Children should know about it. Like, they're going to learn from outside anyways. There's so much stuff on the internet, so it's better if they learn it in school.
Obviously, it's dangerous. The only reason that we need to, the biggest reason we need to talk about things is to talk about consent. And I know that that has been included, I believe, in a lot of the sex education information that was included.
In general, I believe in education, and more the schools teach the children, the better for the children.
Nevertheless, in a statement, PC party spokesperson Simon Jeffries says Premier Doug Ford and the Government for the People are committed to respecting parents and restoring Ontario's previous sex ed curriculum until we can install a new one that is based on real consultation with parents. We will have more to say on this in the near future.
It's actually quite an easy thing to do. They don't even need to pass legislation. They simply need to have the Minister of Education issue a directive saying that they're restoring the previous version, and then that's it. So it's something very easy that the Ford government can tick off their list and have it done by September before the children return to school.
It's also the kind of thing that we may hear more about on Thursday. That's when we hear the government's speech from the throne. It's essentially its official action plan.